What's up, fellas and fanny packs? I'm Chase Chrysler, and you're listening to The Beard, the podcast where sometimes when I pee, it stings. I'm here with Lee, my fat-titted guest, and Landon, my no-beard co-host. So,
yeah, it's my first time.
I can tell. Lee,
Does it really burn when you pee, or is that just a joke?
that was just something to say because I ran out of things to talk about.
That.
What, do you think I've gone really?
Yeah. You've been around.
I have been. But, so what I was going to talk to you about today, Landon, is I've noticed that you have the worst luck when it comes to running into your ex-girlfriend.
Oh, no. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, because we can't even go anywhere without either A, Landon walks past her somehow, or B, he has this terrible habit where he parks in front of her.
Which one? Are you talking about Lexi?
Yeah.
We can say their names. I don't care. They can deal with it.
Oh, okay. That's up to you. I was just going to leave it out.
No, I mean, they can deal with it. I don't care.
Yeah, it's awful. Every time we try to go somewhere and do something nice, it has. I have the same luck every time I go somewhere. Lindsay and her little hair pulling girlfriend are out there, so I don't know what his problem is. I used to like the guy. He was pretty cool, but you know.
I don't know, dude. I mean, the first time that really happened was when whenever Chandler came back from the Marines, and we all went to go eat at Huddle House in Warrior, and there was only one parking spot left, and it was like only a few cars down from my ex's car, and yeah, I was so worried about it that I walked all the way around my truck taking a video. I took a video of the whole truck to like show the condition of it. That way, if I came back out and it was keyed or the tires were slashed or anything, we'd know exactly who it was.
Oh yeah. Well, that's kind of like Preston when he left his truck when he worked at the aquatic center, and Anna Faith scratched it.
Ooh.
Lee, you've never had a girlfriend.
Yeah, what's
That's
that like,
true.
Lee? You just recently had your first kiss. What was that like?
What was his name?
What was it like, Phil? What was it like?
It was an experience I hadn't experienced, I guess. I don't know.
It was an experience.
Megan told me she had to pull a donut crumb off of her lip after she got done kissing you.
KYS, first of all, because I hardly eat donuts.
Oh man.
But, I don't know. Like, I'll be like, hey, y'all want to hang out? Oh, no, I'm with my girlfriend. Well, crap. I guess I'll stay home and play Xbox. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean, we all are pretty convinced that you're a closet homosexual.
I'm not gay. I can.
Hunter's convinced.
Hunter is convinced.
Our friend Hunter has
All I'm saying, Lee, if you come out of the closet, I win $20. I'm not telling you who from, but I win $20
If it's
you
from
come out of the
Preston,
closet.
I'll act.
Okay.
He'll pretend.
If it's from Preston, I'll pretend, dude.
You will give nothing to Preston. He can't have anything in this life because of people like you. But I guess he
mean-
doesn't deserve anything in life.
I mean, he started it years ago.
If he had never thrown that baby powder on you.
Oh, we're going to start telling locker room stories?
Oh, I
Oh,
guess
I
so.
have hundreds of these.
I only have a few.
Chase, do you remember that time Joaquin Green?
When he came at me about the towel?
Yeah, and he was naked, and he
Yeah.
was as a senior. You were a freshman. He was a senior.
Yeah, it was
and,
terrifying.
You as a skinny white dude at the time, not now.
Yeah, not now.
But a big muscular naked black man comes up to you in
Joaquin
the
was
locker
at least
room.
6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
He walks up to you. Hey man, you take my towel. He had a pink towel. He had a specific.
I
pink
didn't know
towel.
it was his.
It was
It was in the dryer in
was
the
not.
locker room.
He
I
didn't
didn't know
own
that.
it, but every time we would shower in athletics, they provided this towel,
Yeah.
and there was this one pink towel, and he claimed it every single day.
But let me tell you, do you know who gave me that towel?
Me?
No. Devlin Hodges. The
second
starting
time, the second
For-
time,
FCS leading
The
passer.
FCS leading passer.
Devlin Hodges.
Devlin Hodges gave me that towel because I went in there to get one, and then little did I know he was going to turn around and tell Joaquin that he gave me. He didn't tell Joaquin that he gave it to me. He was just like, "Hey, that kid has your towel."
Do you remember the second time y'all came up to you?
That was
because
you. I remember that.
It was me. The second time was me.
That was when we were all in the locker room though, because Wesley Cooper and Zach Thrift held me up against the wall.
For clarification, that's two of the biggest guys on the football team at the time.
Held me up on the wall while Joaquin questioned me about this towel. I
I mean,
almost started
It
crying.
was a big deal. They were pretty religious about it.
They were about a pink fucking towel.
Dude, I'm telling you, those seniors when they were freshmen, they had to have got picked on because We got crap.
Josh
nonstop.
Adams pissed on my foot.
Josh
Hey,
Adams
yeah,
did
me
piss
too.
on
In
your
the
foot.
shower.
He pissed on your foot too?
Yeah,
Was
because
that a thing?
Yes.
I mean, I guess it was a thing.
Did I
'cause
miss that?
Well, after football practice, I would take cold showers.
Well, the showers were always cold.
I mean, no, but seriously, like I'd take cold showers, and I would just feel something warm on my foot, and next thing you know, I look to my left, and there's just Josh Adams pissing on me.
Yeah.
So
I talked to him. I saw him the other day, and I asked him if he remembered that, and he did, and he was still laughing. Like he laughed, like just as hard as he did when he did it, and it gave me like a sense of PTSD.
yeah, shout out to Josh Adams for being a cool upperclassman when we were all horrified little freshman kids.
I'm glad the extent of his torture was pissing on my foot in the shower.
Back to Joaquin. I got new shoes one day,
Oh man,
and I was changing. We were getting
shit.
ready to work out.
what
I
a
was
wild
changing.
ride, Lee!
I got new shoes.
You won't believe this, guys, but I got new shoes. That's
No,
pretty much
but
it.
I put them in my locker, and I was changing into my old shoes because we were going to work out or whatever. And he just walks up. He's like, "Oh, I like your shoes, dude." I'm like, "Thanks, man," because that's like a senior to a freshman. He took them.
He stole
He took
He took my shoes, and I was like, because that's like Chase said, like 6'3", 6'4" dude, and I'm sitting there. I'm like,
ripped, not just some
ripped.
6'3".
And I'm sitting there like 5'10", 300 pounds, probably the most unathletic person you can think of.
Not probably.
It was a definitely.
It's definitely you're definitely.
And I'm looking at him, I'm like, "Thanks, dude," and he just walks off with my shoes, and I'm like, "I'll get them back."
No, you
Yeah,
won't.
fucking right, kid.
So after athletics, I was like shivering, like I was shaking. I was so nervous. I'm like, "Yo, can I have my shoes back?" Like I was so. And he's
What'd he
like,
say?
"Oh, here,
Hell
dude."
no, white boy.
Hey,
He was like, "Oh, here, dude."
let's go back to Devlin. I have a story about Devlin. So my senior year, Devlin Hodges is the quarterback for Samford University. So we go. My senior year of high school, we go to this football camp at Samford, and in between camps, they did a tour around like the campus and stuff, and so they took us in the locker room, the players' lounge, all that stuff. So it was kind of empty in there, and we were in a line, and then whenever we walked around, we saw the players' lounge. They had like TVs, Xboxes, pool tables,
Yeah.
like all that stuff. So Devlin's sitting there playing FIFA.
Who the fuck plays FIFA?
I mean, I guess Devlin.
You'd be surprised.
So let me backtrack a little bit. Every year, the seniors would pick a younger guy that was their favorite guy, and usually it's whoever's like the best athlete out of the class.
Yeah.
Well, it was me, but that's not because I was an athlete. It's because they thought I was funny. Like Devlin always was telling me that I was gonna be like Instagram famous and all this stuff. He thought like the videos I posted were funny. So like they all were like cool with me. Well, since the tradition is like they pick the most talented kid or whatever like that, Preston felt like that was him.
Oh Jesus Christ! Of course,
Preston
Preston.
didn't
From
even
Pres-
crack the top 20.
And
I
for
was higher
anyone
than
who doesn't
Preston.
know, Preston is our friend who takes football like more serious than
That's his religion.
I mean.
It's his religion. It is. High school football is Preston's religion, and he blew the state game
He did by blowing out his knee.
by blowing out his knee. Preston lost. Norman
If you think about that joke is actually giving him a lot of credit because that's saying if he didn't blow out his knee, we would have won.
We were down by like.
But that's
4
okay because he can
touchdowns.
think that. But the fact of the matter is, if we tell him he lost the game, that's even worse for him.
That's true. So, anyways, we are walking by the locker room. Not the locker room, the players' lounge. Preston's in front of me in the line. Preston leans in and he's looking around and he goes, "Oh, what's up, Devlin?" And Devlin goes, "Hey, man."
I had
Like
no
that.
idea who he was.
And Preston leaves. So I walk in, and I'm like, "What's up, Devlin?" And he goes, "Philpott, what's up, man?" And then Preston turned around and looked at me, looked at Devlin, and I swear he looked like he was about to cry.
He probably did.
He
later.
probably when he got home he cried. I want you to know when he got
He
home.
watched
he cried.
his
to
football
cry.
highlights that night crying.
Can you imagine if that had happened, but instead of Devlin, it was Patrick Mahomes?
Oh my god.
He would have killed himself.
He would have.
You know what really makes me mad is that when Patrick Mahomes was in college, or no, excuse me,
When Preston
his
first found
rookie
out,
year when the Chiefs still had Alex Smith as their quarterback, Preston told me Man, I can't wait for Patrick Mahomes to be the quarterback for the Chiefs. He's so good. Y'all just have no idea. And I'm like, Preston, there's no way of telling that. He played at Texas Tech. They played nobody.
They play no defense.
Exactly. So, like, of course, they're all going to be stat stuffers that play in their conference.
But also, you know what I find funny? That, like, he worships Patrick Mahomes. When Patrick Mahomes was in college, Preston had no idea who he was. Preston watched a highlight video on YouTube one night, and he's like, oh, dude, that's my favorite
If
player
I'm
ever.
being,
And I'm like,
if I'm being completely honest with you, I didn't know who that was. I didn't know who. Until just now, I did not know he played for Texas Tech.
Well, you do know. But
I mean,
so anyways, he was telling us, he was like, man, y'all are sleeping on this guy. He's really good. He's going to be awesome whenever he gets his chance, his time to shine.
Yeah,
He's going to show out. And now it's his second year in the NFL, and he is an
He's
MVP
breaking
candidate,
records.
breaking records. Yeah. And that's crazy. I mean, good for Patrick Mahomes. That's good for him.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
the thing is like Preston, he hopped up Josh Gordon so much, and now Josh Gordon's out of the NFL. They just released
who's that?
a report today. He was a receiver that played for the Browns.
Oh God, he
But
played
he-
for the Browns.
he was
Well-
suspended for like 3 straight seasons for substance abuse. He was a
Yeah,
pothead.
yeah. And then
Oh.
he comes back and he starts playing pretty good for the Browns. They
traded him to the
Yeah.
Patriots for a 5th round pick.
Trade him to the Pats. He actually played really good for the Pats, and then they
I'm
just
willing-
He
They just
steadily
released
fell
him.
off. And,
All jokes aside,
well, he left for mental health.
all jokes aside, I'm willing to bet, even with that pick the Browns got, they still squandered the shit out of it. They always do. The
I'll give him
Browns
credit. The
are-
Browns picked really good this past draft.
The Browns are kind of like that uncle
that trade was made this
that
year.
when they come around, you know you can just get away with anything.
yeah.
Oh,
So let's talk about Christmas.
I hate Christmas.
What's it with getting gifts for people? How much? What's the most you've ever spent on a Christmas gift?
I've spent a little over $100 before. But then again, I absolutely hate everyone. So,
Personally, about anywhere between 50 to 80. Personally. Well, no, this last
Like,
it
when-
was like for my dad's birthday and Christmas, like it was combined. I put in $90 towards getting something for his truck.
Okay, here's a better question. What is the most pointless or most unwanted gift you've ever gotten? Not like a dirty Santa gift, but like a for real
like
gift.
from your parents or
Like
something.
something that somebody actually got you and genuinely thought that you would like it, and you just absolutely hated it.
I got a globe one time. I got a
Like of the Earth.
well, what other globe?
Lee,
mean-
that was a stupid question.
You stupid bitch. But no, like I got a globe, and what was sad was I was more excited about the pair of like the thing of Nike socks that I got than I was the globe.
I'm trying to think.
But then again, I wasn't like 3 or something like that where I expected 12. I was like
Yeah.
16. So this was like kind of recent. I got a globe.
I mean, my parents will sometimes get gag gifts for like me and my siblings for Christmas.
That's
They'll
different,
get us
though.
real
Like,
gifts
That's like
too.
a gag. That's a gag
No, this is
gift.
like a serious thing.
Okay.
Here, I've got one. So, like, have y'all ever read those cringy T-shirts about Alabama about how they're just kind of like snobby?
Yeah, they're all really
Like
redneck.
it's like stuff that like redneck moms wear. Like, okay, so my ex's mom gave me for Christmas one time. It was this shirt, and it was like I don't know. I'm trying to remember what it said. It was like to compete with us, you got to be good. To beat us, you got to be great. Or to no, hang on, that's not right.
They're
Dang,
all really
I
bad.
messed that up. It was like to compete with us, you have to be good. To beat us, you have to be kidding or something like that. It was
Oh my
something. It was
God.
really stupid like that. Which the thing is like some of them are clever, but it's not something you want to wear on a T-shirt.
It's something you'd put
But
as
a
like
lot
a
of
Twitter post.
Yeah, a lot of them are corny.
Or that a mom would put as a Twitter
Well, I have
post.
some. Does it have to be a Christmas gift?
Okay, yeah, it can be any gift.
All right. So for my birthday, I was in art 1 my senior year,
Mm-hmm.
and I
That
kept
sucks.
complaining. I was in there with nothing but freshmen, and I'm like, this is terrible. But anyways, I kept complaining about having to buy new Sharpies because they kept running out, and my teacher wouldn't provide them. But she's like, you have to write with Sharpie or draw color with Sharpies. I'm like, this is dumb because it was like $6 a pack, and so my parents were like, okay. I just finished the class. Like, I was done with everything. They gave me a massive, I still have it, a massive box of nothing but Sharpies, different colors. And I'm like, it's really thoughtful, y'all, but
Way to wait
I
till
love
the
y'all.
last minute.
I love y'all, but
I love you guys, but I just finished this class.
But I'm so sick of both of you. No, actually,
My last day in that class was about a week ago, parents. Thank you. Blake.
yeah, I'm
Thanks,
actually
Mom.
I'm actually 21 years old. I don't need this. But no, the worst. The Globe was actually a step up from one thing my mom got me for Christmas last year. I love my mom to death. She's absolutely the sweetest woman on earth. But she got me this sweatshirt. She got my brother, I think it was some cool Alabama like Nike hoodie or something.
Mm-hmm.
I got a crew neck like dark gray sweatshirt, and it had the outline of the state on it, but it said y'all written across it.
Oh,
That's
no.
it.
I was about to say, like, before that, I've seen worse.
Yeah, it's not that bad of a shirt, but the y'all just
The
kinda,
y'all
that
is just
ruins
like-
it.
Yeah, if it had just been the outline of the
classic
state,
Alabama.
that would have been
That's
cool.
Yeah, have y'all ever seen the Yellowhammer tees that they sell like in some store in Birmingham? It's like next to the McLean Center.
Is it just
No.
the color yellow with the hammer like they do the BHAM stuff?
That's so stupid.
No, Lee.
I find it creative, but everyone has one. So I'm
No,
not gonna
no.
get
They're
one.
they're really cool t-shirts.
Yeah,
Anna wears a lot of their stuff, but
I hate wearing it's gotten to where if you notice, Alabama, all of their shirts, unless it's made by like Nike or a big name company, always
they
has
suck.
it. Yeah, it's like the most redneck shit you'll ever see.
Yeah,
It really
It's
is.
like a lake, a fishing pun, or something to do with plumbing.
yeah. I know what you mean.
It's stupid.
All my Alabama merchandise is Nike.
Same.
So, Lee,
Did we mention we're the most white privileged people you'll ever meet? All I wear is Nike. Oh, Under Armour? What are you, fucking gay? You bitch.
Poor.
so Lee, about your art class, you being there senior year, me and Chase were actually in an art class.
It was
our-
junior year.
Our junior year, and the thing about that is when you're in a class as a junior and you're in there and the rest of the class is freshman girls,
Oh, yeah.
you feel like a freaking pimp.
Yeah.
Oh, because you're older. They're all
they
over.
they are all over, they gawk over any older guy.
And I'm not even good. Like I was fat without a beard, so it's like not even.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they were
Fat with a
were
beard.
they not so flirty?
Oh, it's gross.
I mean, I looked rough. I mean, I still do, but I looked rough back then.
I looked rough.
I didn't even have my hair cut or anything. It was just.
Thank God you
it was
got
all-
that fucking mop cut.
Yeah. That was rough.
Well, you're not an ugly guy. You're just fat.
Yeah.
Just fat.
That's where people draw the line. The personality crap. They're like, oh, I just want someone with a good personality. That is bullcrap.
Lee, you're handsome. You have a great personality. You weigh too much.
That's it. That's exactly
That's the
it.
only reason.
The
Girls just,
personality crap. It's crap. No one believes that.
girls just don't want to date somebody that's 5'10" vertically wise and 5'10" horizontally wise as well.
Well, you could have ended it at 5'10". Hi, I mean, but if you're not 6 foot, I mean, what are you even doing?
Oh, you're a
should probably-
fucking midget. No, did you see? Okay, look, I saw this thing on Instagram earlier, and it said if he is shorter than 6 foot, you're allowed to spray him
Yes,
with Raid.
I know what you're talking
And
about.
the guy said, "What did the guy say?"
He
Damn it.
said,
he said-
he said if the girls are over 200 pounds, does that mean we can shoot them with an elephant rifle?
Yeah.
You see someone
yes.
at the bottom. Here we go.
Yeah, here
we
but that's
go.
the truth, though. Girls have such high and they think we care. We will fuck anything.
I mean, I have standards.
You say that until you've waited a long time.
Speak for yourself.
I'll speak
But
for myself.
I have standards. I shouldn't, but I do.
There are times where I've sit there and I'm like, it's been a really long time, and I'm like, not gonna lie, but that 600-pound soccer mom over there is looking pretty thick today.
I don't think any man's gotten to that.
Or like, I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
I'm fine with it.
Or like the time when you saw Chandler's mom in Walmart.
That was okay. That was an accident.
Yeah, okay.
You know she knows about that.
No, really?
He told her.
What did she say?
She just laughed.
Oh,
she loves you, dude.
that's no
Yeah,
fun.
well, I think when I realized it was her, that whole like thing went away. I was
that
like,
mindset disappeared.
ugh. I was like, oh shit, Miss
So you do
Wilder.
have standards.
Yeah, it's just
Not my friends' moms.
not me. Well, except yours.
Oh my god!
Obviously.
I knew that was coming. I set myself
Who
up
else's
for that.
mom was? Justice's mom was hot.
I never thought that. I really didn't.
Is it his mom? There's somebody's mom.
Whenever I was younger, I had a crush on her. That was
Justice's mom?
Yeah.
Hopefully not your mom.
No, not my mom.
Dear God, no.
I know this is
We're in
Alabama,
Alabama,
but
but come on.
Cut me a little slack.
people that are outside of Alabama think that that's Alabama, but like realistically, that's like Florida.
That's like Kentucky or Virginia, like
Or-
deep Virginia.
Well, if I'm being honest, it is. There is a county
Or
around here.
Walker
Mississippi,
County.
Mississippi, big time.
Mississippi.
Thank God for
The
Mississippi.
Colorado mountains.
Now, I will say this. Do you guys remember those two guys that we went to high school with?
I do. I know
James
the
and,
brother
uh,
cousins.
James and
James and
William.
James and William. We're not gonna say the last names, but James and William. These guys were brother cousins.
They-
And how that worked was they had the same dad, different moms, but the moms were sisters.
So they're yeah. The dad cheated on one of the moms while she was pregnant, and then
With-
got the other one pregnant with her sister and got her pregnant. And this guy ruined their life. That's what he did.
They were. There's no other way to explain it other than brother cousins.
They're cobras.
No, that's the funny thing is they were so proud about it. They called each other brocos.
Yeah, they were. They remember
It's
when
not
they.
something to be proud.
No, do you
Cobra
not
sounds
remember when
cooler,
me,
though.
you, and Hunter made them draw it out on the board in Professor Dr. Landry's class?
Mrs. Professor Dr.
Yeah,
Landry.
and we had them like draw it out on the whiteboard because none of it made sense. And then finally they were like, "We have the same dad, but our moms are sisters."
Was it like a Venn diagram?
No, it was
It looked like a Christmas tree.
it did. It was a family tree, but it was disgusting. Like just the thought of that was so sickening. Do you remember that kid, that William kid? He was weird.
Well, on the dad's
were both
behalf,
weird.
on the dad's behalf, it's not sickening. That's just like you have a kid.
Yeah.
You have a kid from two kids from different mothers. But on the mom's behalf, it's like we got knocked up by the same guy, and now our sons are cousins, but at the same time they're brothers.
I guess really it's not as sickening as as I think it is, because it's not like
It's just
the
this-
mom and
well,
dad were brother and sister.
You hear brother
but
cousins-
if you just straight up
Hold
say,
on.
yeah, if you just straight up say we're brother cousins and like
Yeah,
you're
without
serious about
context, it sounds.
it sounds
awful.
awful. Yeah.
With context, I'm still not a fan.
Yeah, it's still. It's not something I'm like endorsing, but
We're not justifying it. We're not justifying.
but
it
it
by
just
any
it's
means.
not as bad as it sounds. But it's still disgusting.
It's still bad.
To me, it's. I would if I found that out, I would want to never speak to him. I would never bring it up, and that
Would you even tell the kids?
no, I wouldn't tell. I would rather my mom not tell me that. I would.
I'd
could
rather
live
be
my-
like, oh, that's my cousin.
I could live my whole life and never have that happen.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What are you fuckers planning?
We're not planning anything, it's
Lee,
just-
Lee just didn't want to say something on the podcast, and so he texted it to me.
Let me see it.
Here.
I'm terrified.
I really
This
don't.
I mean, this is a good conversation starter. We just won't mention this specifically.
That's fucked.
It really.
It is.
That's why I felt bad because I realized that.
But that reminds me, have you guys ever had a okay, sorry, Lee. Chase, have you ever had a relationship where you almost dated somebody?
Where I almost dated someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I don't know. I didn't explain that
Like
good enough.
talking, like being with someone, but not
like
being
you
official
wanna
about
be
it.
you want to be with somebody, but they just keep you in the friend zone. But they lead you on, like they like kiss you, they like like you hold hands with them, like everything like
Yeah,
that.
that's happened.
You treat them like a girlfriend, but they're not really a girlfriend, and
Yeah.
you want them to be your girlfriend, but like it just
It's
They
happened, it's
don't.
happened like 2 or 3 times.
oof.
But I usually you can tell when that's gonna happen, and when it does, that's normally I'm like, yeah, fuck this.
I didn't, dude. It flew right over my head.
I'm confused.
Girlfriend number 2.
Oh yeah.
We'll call her.
Savannah.
Okay. Well, that's cool. All right, we're not talking about this.
So
No, Lee, that joke is not.
no, I would. That I don't even see that as
Oh,
a joke.
No,
That's
no,
crossing
no,
the
no.
line.
That was a
that's
line.
pretty messed up.
Yeah,
Um,
I hate that I realized that, but
It's okay. It's okay. As long as we don't say it.
But back on that William kid, that was a weird. Do you remember when he was trying to tell us how tough he was, and he ran full speed,
Yes.
like head first
full speed into the wall.
into
head
the brick
first.
wall, and then
Like
he was like
concrete.
kind of bleeding,
He
And
said,
his head-
he said, I feel no pain. And we were like, oh yeah, prove it. Run face first into that
And he
wall.
did it.
Lack
And he,
of
d-
chromosomes
and he
talking.
did it. What, Lee?
That's the lack of chromosomes talking, dude.
Oh no.
I feel no
man.
pain. All right, that's cool.
But when you talked to him, he didn't sound like he'd have anything wrong with him.
He talked
He-
like this.
he
He
probably
just
did.
seemed, he just seemed like nerdy, but he's
He
really
probably
dumb.
really
Do you
didn't
know
have
what he
anything wrong
really
with him.
reminded me of?
What?
Have you ever seen the movie Polar Express? The little kid with the glasses.
The one that's a meme right now?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
one
it's
the,
like,
the Mo
y'all mind
Bamba
if
meme?
I play Mo Bamba?
Or he's
Sicko
like
Mode?
turned around and he's like, what do y'all want to hear? Sicko Mode or Mo Bamba?
That
Yeah.
one, yeah. He looked just and sounded. He talked like this, and he had the glasses and the buzz cut. He was such a little shit.
Hold on. Honest question: do either of you actually like the Polar Express?
I did at the time whenever it came out.
I've only actually seen it once.
I've hated it since I was little. Since I saw
Really?
it.
My mom hates it. She thinks the animations are too creepy looking.
They're
Well, that,
realistic.
like, you know the part
That,
where
yeah, that's what it was.
he's in like the cart or whatever. Spoiler alert for whoever watches it, but it's not that big a deal. When he's in the cart with all the like the toys and everything, and that one comes alive, that scared me when I was little. But I don't see.
Oh, like the puppets and all that?
yeah,
Oh, that's terrifying.
Oh,
like-
he's in the
the
cart.
yeah,
like
the train
back
cart.
and
Yeah.
all the puppets. And everything. Okay,
I was just
I
like,
remember that.
all right, they go to Santa's factory. That's interesting, and there's a train that comes.
I
that no
never
one
understood
notices.
that. I always thought that kids could not see Santa.
Yeah,
Like that was the biggest sin.
yeah.
As a kid, you could not
that's what
see
I was
Santa.
told.
That's like that. You know what I can't stand, and it pisses me off when I hear that people do it for their kids. Elf on a Shelf.
I don't even know what that's about. I'm gonna be honest.
I did that one year, or my brother did that.
All
one
it
year.
is they okay. You see that little snowman right there that's got the
Yeah.
legs.
Yeah.
All it is, it's a stuffed elf that's got like little wires in it that you can make it bend and stuff, and you set it somewhere, and if a kid touches it or does something wrong, it dies, and it loses its magic.
You put air quotes around dies. What do you mean?
I mean, it's a
'Cause,
doll. It's
yeah,
not
it can't
alive.
die.
It's
but-
not alive.
But
I
what
know, but like, what do you mean by that?
it loses its like it's not a thing anymore. It becomes just a stuffed animal,
Even though it's just.
even though that's what it
Oh,
already
that's
is.
the rule. Yeah, but because I know that's it's like actually spoiler alert for anyone that wants to get an Elf on the Shelf.
It
But
still believes in Santa.
Yeah.
but the so
Santa is
okay, so
mommy
correct
and
me if I'm
daddy.
wrong.
Yeah,
So this is the basis of it. So you buy these things, set them
Yeah.
on the shelf,
but you
and then the parents, whenever the kids go to sleep at night, they move stuff around and make it look like the elf like messed
The
stuff
elf
up or
did it,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. And then if the kid touches the elf, it dies.
or does something bad or like gets in trouble and just anything that Santa would not approve of,
Yeah.
the elf dies, and it has to. And once it dies, it has to be shipped back to the North Pole, which just put it in your,
Throw it in one
closet.
of the junk.
Do you guys remember whenever you first found out Santa wasn't real?
yeah, it did not bother me. I kind of knew.
I mean, I knew. I mean, I was like 8 or 9 or whatever. I kind of already knew. My mom was like half asleep, and I'm like, Mom, is Santa real? She's like, I'm not telling you that. I'm like, come on, Mom. And she was irritated. Like, she's trying to go to sleep, and I was annoying her.
Yeah, I'd be pissed off if you were my kid too.
That's it as well. And she's like, no, Santa's not real. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like lose sleep over it.
I mean, like,
I
was-
lost
yeah.
more sleep over wrestling not being real than Santa.
Really?
Yeah, I was furious.
There was I remember one time
They
when I
don't
was
even
about-
make contact half the time. What you mean?
the camera angles don't show. Well, I mean, that's not true. Some of them do, but I didn't know. I thought these were just like really tough guys that were getting thrown through tables and stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
this guy Triple H, and then nobody's
So
naturally.
you
that
never
good.
did you never like hardcore believed in Santa Claus?
I mean, I'm sure when I was like really young, I did, but once I got older, it was.
I remember whenever I was a really really young kid. I remember I was laying in my bed late at night, and some noise in the living room woke up. This was at my old house, and it was like a 1-story house. So like, you like walk out of my room and
Yeah.
turn left, and there's the living room. So I heard like this like shuffling around in the living room, and I was like, no way, that's Santa Claus. And I
that's
get
Bill Claus.
that's Bill and Terry Claus.
It's Santa Philpot.
I hear the noises, and so I get up and I'm like holy crap, I'm about to discover Santa, like I'm about to see Santa. And
Yeah.
so like I turn
Commit the ultimate sin, the
And
ultimate treason.
I turn the corner and there's nobody there. and the presents are under the tree like perfectly. And that, looking back on it, that's like props to my parents for like not getting
Yeah,
caught.
no shit.
But like at the time, just imagine being a kid that fully believes in Santa, thinking you're about to catch him, hearing like all this shuffling noises in the living room. You walk around the corner, it stops immediately, and all your presents are just sitting there. How crazy is that? From a kid's perspective.
Props to your parents.
Do you know what I was always terrified of though?
What?
Like when I was young, I always thought the Grinch was real.
Mm-hmm.
So I was so afraid that he was gonna like come in my room, and like, I don't know what he would do, but I was just afraid to like rape me or something. Not really rape, but I was just afraid he'd come in there and like scare me, and I was like, oh god, because I don't know if you've seen Jim Carrey's Grinch, but it's not the most like you haven't seen it.
No, no.
Oh, I thought you said you haven't.
I
I
have
was
seen
like,
it.
What?
Everyone's seen it.
Yeah.
But it's
What
kind of
reckon?
terrifying.
Honestly, best Christmas movie to me.
I don't know. Have you seen Christmas Vacation?
It's good.
That one's really good.
That's a good one.
You know what is really like a really played out traditional Christmas movie for
Don't
me?
say what I think you're about to say.
What?
Don't you dare say A Christmas Story.
No.
Okay.
I was gonna say It's a Wonderful Life.
Never even seen that.
I've
don't
really?
never seen it.
You guys have never seen that one?
I don't care to see it.
That's like a really old like black and white.
Yeah, I know. I
Black
know
and
what
white. They
you're
really talk.
talking
They
about.
talk really fast like this. You can't even understand what they're
Yeah.
saying.
I thought you were about to say A
That
Christmas Story. I was like, that is true.
No,
It's
no.
treason.
But
Then.
It's like the thing where he's like, I just think the world would be a lot better if I wasn't around. And then like the angel takes him back and shows him what the world would be like.
Isn't he about to jump off a bridge?
Yes. And so then he and then like once he like goes throughout the world and sees how different it is without him, he comes back and he's like so thankful for everything and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, yeah.
It's a good premise, but dude,
But that I think the reason why I'm burnt out on that movie specifically because that whole like formula of storytelling
it's been used so many times.
it has been used so many times.
And it's parodied in every Christmas special of
Yes.
every TV show.
TV shows do it. That 70s show did
Yeah.
did it.
Who'd
And
they do it with? Was it Eric?
It was Eric. He like they took him back in time to see.
Yeah. Who
Remember-
was Red the fairy or whatever? that
No,
did
no,
Or
no.
the
It was
angel?
you know, have you ever seen Space Jam?
Yes.
You know Michael Jordan's manager, the one with the glasses.
Oh,
the short
oh,
fat guy with the glasses.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, that was the angel, and that was really funny the
The
first time.
sweaty guy.
Because I saw that episode before Space Jam, and then after watching Space Jam for the first time, which was recent,
You hadn't seen Space Jam till recently.
until probably like a year ago.
Dude, I grew up on Space
I
Jam.
love that.
And for me to be like
I didn't even
the
know,
biggest
like,
basketball fan out of our
Yeah.
friend group, and for me to never see Space Jam until like recently, that was like a really big deal. Like everybody made
Dude.
fun of me about it, and like I was like,
Space
oh my
Jam is one of the
God.
greatest movies ever. I know it's like it's
But then
actually
again, I haven't
terrible
seen,
movie.
I haven't seen a lot of like really good like how we were talking about the Christmas movies. Like I haven't seen a lot of popular like basketball movies. Like I've never seen White Men Can't Jump.
That's a good
I've never
movie.
seen that.
Coach Carter. I watched that one. That was pretty good.
Which one is that?
Samuel L. Jackson. He's the high school coach.
I haven't seen that. I've seen Hoosiers. Didn't like it.
I haven't seen Hoosiers.
I didn't like. It was too slow for me. You know, it's a good movie,
What?
but it's only because I'm a hockey fan. The movie Miracle.
I thought you were gonna say.
I've
the
seen
Mighty
that. I
Ducks.
do
I
like
haven't
that
seen the
movie.
Mighty
Fighting
Ducks.
or whatever it's called.
I have not
I've
seen
not
the Mighty
seen
Ducks.
that.
Miracle's on Netflix. If you haven't seen Miracle,
It's a good movie.
watch it.
It's on Netflix.
Like even
Yes.
if you don't
What
like
kind of
hockey,
movie is it?
It's a hockey movie, but
Oh.
it's about have you ever heard about like
it's during the Cold War era.
yeah, it's when the US team
Like the U.S. basketball team, you know how like U.S. basketball, it's all big and bad and whatever, and they never lose or whatever.
that's how the Russians were
The
in
Russians,
everything.
the Russians beat the U.S. and we're like, oh crap.
Yeah, because
Like-
it was the arms race, like. Yeah, and it like got intense between them through everything, and the guy that comes in as the coach, he's played by Kurt Russell, and that makes it so much
Oh,
better for
yeah.
me. But he comes in and is like studies how the Russians play,
Yeah.
and he uses that, and he like it's remember the Titans but hockey.
Okay.
To an extent.
Except they beat the Russians. Oh, they beat the Russians. In case you
Spoiler
haven't
alert.
heard that story.
I mean, we beat the Russians and everything.
I wouldn't talk too much shit now. We're kind of in it right now.
But
Yeah.
Back to what you said about the Grinch scaring you when you were little. What's the strangest thing that scared you when you were little?
Oh my god, I've got a really good one for this.
Go
You guys
ahead.
ever seen the Halloween movie Ernest Scared Stupid?
No.
I've seen an Ernest movie, but not that one.
Okay, well there's for those of you that have seen Ernest Scared Stupid, I think that's what it's called.
So probably.
But he's there was the troll. There was a troll in that movie. Here, I'll Google a picture of it. Look up a picture of the troll from Ernest Scared Stupid. And just that's what terrified me as a kid.
What scared you, Lee?
Yeah, you can tell. tell your story.
Surprisingly, I did not. I hated Courage the Cowardly Dog. I was scared to death of that show, and also the Dr. Seuss The Cat in the Hat, the live action movie, that scared me. Just
The Cat in the Hat scared you, the live action version?
Yes, that the character of the Cat in the Hat that scared me.
Mike
my
Myers.
sister. That was
I
like
love
my
Mike
sister's like favorite movie for like a month, and we watched it so many times, and I was like, I hate this. This is terrible.
It's
I'm trying
a.
to find a good picture of it.
You know, it scared me.
Oh, it was this thing. Is that not freaking terrifying?
Okay, that's actually scary. Yeah,
That'll
that's
give you
That's
that.
scary for a kid. I watched this in the 4th grade.
Yeah.
My fourth grade teacher showed us this movie, and ever
That's
since
like a
then,
roided out Frankenstein.
anytime,
it does.
anytime my parents would make me take out the trash at nighttime or anything like that, or I'd have to go outside at nighttime or in the basement or anything,
No,
I'd always be terrified. I'd be so terrified. Because of that troll. I felt like that troll was watching me from the woods. Like, it was just terrifying. What he does is he like turns, if he touches the kids, they turn into small wooden dolls.
If he touches the kids, he gets a lawsuit.
Yeah, pretty. Hey, yo, 6'9".
God, I could only hope so, because I wouldn't want that. What?
You know,
What'd you say, Lee?
Hey, yo, 6'9". He touches the kid, 6'9". I mean,
for those of you who didn't follow Lee's terrible joke, 6'9" fucks children.
Yeah, that was pretty bad joke, Lee.
that's
You know
the
what
only
scared
jokes
me?
I make, though.
You know what scared me?
What?
No shit. Big Bird.
Big Bird!
Yes.
Oh, no!
I was terrified
Oh, my God.
of Big Bird.
That's hilarious.
And the only reason I knew, or like my mom found out, was I used to have almost every like stuffed animal that talked from
Except Big Bird.
no, I had Big Bird.
Oh.
It's just I would make my mom put him in like a drawer or something where I couldn't see him because it scared the shit out of me. Because it wasn't like the rest of them. For some reason, instead of like squeezing it, I guess it was broken. But like if it moved, it talked.
Oh.
So like I would set it down, it would talk, and I was already scared of him, like just from watching the show, and that didn't help. It was awful. I hate.
Oh, hey, that reminds me of a prank my older brother pulled on me when I was a kid. He was calling my name from the basement, but he was doing it in this. He was doing it in this voice like this, and so like yeah, it was freaking creepy. And so, well, as a kid, it was. Not looking back on it, it's like
Probably the most mild thing you could do to
yeah,
someone.
it was just a stupid voice. But as a kid, it was really scary. So like I open the door to the basement and I start walking downstairs, and there's this E.T. plush doll.
I hated E.T. too.
Yeah, I mean that freaked me out as a kid. There's an E.T. plush doll sitting in the floor of my basement, like on its butt. And what he did is he took fishing wire and put it around his neck and was pulling him across the basement, moving by himself. And I couldn't see the fishing wire because of how thin it is. And it was really dark, so all I see is that thing moving by itself. And like as a 4 or 5 year old,
I would've shit.
maybe 4 or 5 year old little boy, that was traumatic. That was
Yeah,
so scary.
E.T.'s already kind of scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Oh, what about the Gremlins? Y'all ever seen the Gremlins movie?
I haven't.
That never scared me. I like the Gremlins.
That scared the crap out of me.
I always
as a
liked that
kid.
movie. But I believe that's all the time we have for tonight, fellas.
Yeah, we're coming up
Yeah.
on 40 minutes. Actually, we're already past 40 minutes. We're 10 seconds.
Past the 40-minute mark.
So we got to wrap this thing up.
We do.
So
Well, thanks for listening. I'm Chase Chrysler, and this has been The Beard. And just for the record, it does not sting when I pee. Peace.